Arizona Cardinals. Guys, the Arizona Cardinals are on a 4-game losing streak. The Arizona Cardinals look like a playoff caliber team, like the Green Bay Packers the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. But right now, guys, they're in a rough stretch. So, guys, here's the question. Buy or sell? The Cardinals must move on from their head coach, Jonathan Gannon, right now. Fire him. Get him out of town. Guys, this isn't about a rough stretch. It's about whether the regime has run its course. The guys, simply put, the Cardinals are in a rut. The leadership is raising red flags, and the heat is definitely on. Let's unpack it. Now, if you're buying this idea of moving on from Jonathan Gannon, there are plenty of room for ammo here. The Cardinals started the season with high hopes, but now they're in the mid of a 5-game losing streak before even hitting their next opportunities. After opening the season off 2-0, this collapse makes the trajectory very, very alarming. Gannon's sideline behavior has earned national headlines. He was fined $100,000 for a sideline altercation with his running back when he fumbled the ball. His handling of injuries and public scrutiny has been vague and inconsistent. For example, Gannon was non-committal about the status of quarterback Kyler Murray's for earlier this week. The stretch of the upcoming games is brutal as well. They're facing the Cowboys on Monday Night Football, and then the Cardinals have to go up to the Seahawks, 49ers, and Jaguars, Buccaneers, and Rams, all playoff type of squads. If you don't at least show signs of cohesivity, a little kumbaya under Gannon, the window is closing. Leadership matters. When your coach is making headlines for sideline outbursts instead of rallying the team, that credibility takes a hit. A franchise in rebuild mode or in the process of turning around needs steady leadership, not chaos. So if you believe in the Cardinals regime needs a fresh look to reset culture, you're on the buy side of things. However, if you're selling the idea, meaning you believe Gannon should be retained, here are your arguments, right? Coaching turnover is disruptive. You don't want to kill any momentum the Cardinals may have had. It hasn't been all doom and gloom. There have been signs of life. Trey McBride breakout is one of them. Coaching staff still retains the aspect of many of the building, and sometimes trends reversal can happen without a full reset. Replacing a coach isn't a silver bullet. You don't hire a new coach and immediately fix some somatic issues, quarterback, O-line, depth, and roster depth overnight. There's risk of moving on too soon. So, guys, if you are believing if Jonathan Gannon has a chance to fix this rather than starting over, you're on the south side of things. But here's where I stand. I am 100% buying move on from Jonathan Gannon. The signs are pointing to a deeper issues than just a losing streak. This is about culture. This is about discipline. This is about direction. This is about a coach that's more worried about pleasing the outside people than pleasing people in his building. The sideline spat and lack of clarity and the schedule upcoming, it all adds up. At this point, the Cardinals need a reset. They don't need at least to look better in the next stretch, sitting at 3-4. Will force the decision anyways. Better to start the transition earlier than later. Fire now, worry about it later. So what do you guys think? Are the Cardinals done with Jonathan Gannon, or should they move on, or should he get more time to turn things around? Guys, comment down below and let's discuss your thoughts. Shay says, fire Gannon. Tell Kyler to go professional video games and sign Brissett to a 5-year max extension for 5 Super Bowls in the next 5 years. Somebody go over there and check Shay's pulse. Jacoby Brissett is not winning a game for them. Jacoby Brissett's not leading into the playoffs. Jacoby Brissett's not leading into the Super Bowl. Now, I do like the moving on from Kyler Murray. But if you're going to move on from the head coach, you have to move on from Kyler Murray as well. Because if you just move on from Kyler Murray and keep the head coach, we are in the Chicago Bears issue 2.0. We are in the Miami Dolphins issue 3.0. It is what it is. When you move on from the quarterback, you have to move on from the head coach as well. Get them both out of town. Mellow Mike says, Kyler killed another head coach. Is there a new of Call of Duty coming out? I'm buying that stock. Not wrong. Not wrong. If you guys don't know what they're talking about or what we're talking about, for the last 2 or 3 NFL seasons, Kyler Murray has reportedly, when new Call of Duty comes out sometime in November, spends less time watching film and more time playing Call of Duty. And you can see it in his play. He plays at an MVP level till about mid-November, and then it goes way down very, 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 very quickly. Wes says, if you can see change in just a little bit in 1 year, it's not going to change, let alone year 3. Changing a culture is very, very tough, but you got to start with the teeth. Speaking of cultures,